All right, so now what I want to do is I'm just going to start making more pages and connect them as such. So I'm going to go back to my design side of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm just going to Control C, Control V, or Command C, Command V, and go from there. I actually don't want any of the elements in here, so I'm going to open this up. I'm going to grab everything and delete. So see, it's a blank thing. What I want to do is I want that when you click on login, that it doesn't go to a page. I mean, probably would make sense to go to a page, but just to show you something else, I want to do a pop-up instead. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to grab the rectangle tool, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle, same size as the canvas here, or the artboard. I don't need a border, and I want the fill, and we'll do black, but I'm going to take it and give it some transparency. Okay, we'll say that much. Whatever. Okay. Click back on the select tool. Good. Now what I want to do is I need to put the login information. So again, I'm just going to go to the wireframes mobile, and there's actually a section in here. Where are you? Where are you? Newsfeed's fine. Sign up. There we go. We'll do sign up. So they have all sorts of them. So create an account. Sign up. Like this one is pretty simple. So what I'm going to do is I just want the bottom part, I think. Let me see something. See, these are whole pages. Let's just do the bottom part of this just because it's simple. So I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna hold shift, grab this and this, grab all of those, Control C to copy, go back to my other one, and I'll Control V to paste, and we'll put it like that. Now, that's fine, but one of the issues I'm going to run into is that, again, this is actually going to lay over top, so it's going to be kind of like cluttered. So I need to put a white background behind it or something behind it. So I'm going to use that rectangle tool again, and I'm just going to draw a shape like that. I'm going to take the border off. I don't really want the border. And why don't we give it a shadow just for fun's sake, okay? And then we'll offset it. Let's do, let me see, the Y is only 3. Let's do, oh, it's only going to the, oh, I see, it's only going down. Let's do 5. So it goes down a little bit more. And actually, let's go to the right 1 pixel. And let's take the blur and do 10. I don't know if I did all that much, but it adds a little bit of a shadow just so it gives a little more of a 3D feel. Same problems before. I need to take this, I need to drag it so it's behind everything else. Actually, it went too far. It's got to be in front of that first rectangle. There we go. Like that. Yay. So now I want that to be my login, right? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take, I'm going to go back to my regular select tool here. I'm going to go to prototype, and I want it to be for my login. So I'm going to click, 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 click. There we go. So you get to there. I got my little arrow. I'm going to click, and I'm just going to drag to here, okay? This time, though, instead of just doing a straight up transition, I'm going to click on this little, the actual, oh, actually I already have it. It doesn't even matter. Sorry, I was going to click on it, but I'm already, if you need to select when you click on them like that, I already had it selected because I already just made it. I'm going to have that selected and then just go overlay, okay? All right. And then what we'll do is we'll click on this, and then we'll have this go back basically to the first screen, okay? That should work. Now, here's the problem you're going to notice is that, see how it's dotted line? Watch this. If I go here, see how this is dotted? That means it's an overlay. So right now, because the last one I did was an overlay, it's actually going to do an overlay. So you got to select that one after you, or actually just made it. So I have to select it, switch that back to transition. And that way it'll just click over. So now I'm just going to click on this one, the first one here, to make sure that's my, oops, undo that. Make sure it's my starting one. Do it this way. Control Enter. And then for whatever reason it's got a black background. I swear I had a white background before. I click on this, I get my menu. I click on Login. See, there's my overlay, which works pretty good. And I don't, if I just click off, it'll bring me back here. So boom. And then if I click on this, it'll go back. But if I click on this and click on Login, it'll bring me my login info, and I can go ahead and log in. Yay, so a new kind of transition. All right, let's go ahead and do news, and I'm just going to show you how to do another thing. So we're going to go here. I'm going to grab this guy, and let's just go ahead and Control CV. And again, so this is number 4. Probably should be naming these. And we're going to go ahead and actually, you know what? Let's just delete this whole one, because actually, I'm just click on the top of it and just hit delete. And we're going to duplicate this one. So I'm going to grab the first one, Control C, Control V. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. So with this one, what I want to do is I'm going to grab this item here, and we're just going to go ahead and delete that because I just want the beginning start part, right? So that's fine. Same thing as before. I'm actually going to... Didn't it have white? I deleted it at some point because it looks weird now that that's... Anyway, we probably need to put backgrounds on those. We're going to deal with art look later anyway. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go there. And then I'm just going to look for something that has a news activity feed. That'll work. So we'll just look for something in here that makes sense. I kind of already had activity feed. Is there anything? Here we go. News feed. That's better. So we'll just take this, and I want to find something that's very... let's grab this one. So I'm going to go here. All right, so I'm going to grab this. You can see, again, it's one of those grid style ones. I'm going to Control C, and then we'll go back here, and then we're going to Control V. Okay, and I'm just going to pull it over here, and I want to show you something new. So I want to make it so that you can scroll up and down, right? But if you look, you can see it only goes this far. And when we've been previewing thus far, you'll notice that you know, that's just what it is. Like we can go like this, but really the canvas is just this size. There's no way to, you know, sometimes when you're on apps or a website, you can scroll through because the thing's actually larger. That's what I'm going to show you. So watch this. If you click on the thing, and I go down here, let's see if we can get back on that. Okay. Maybe I'm going to move. Oh, you know why? Because I'm not in design. Oops, there we go. Go to design. Click on this. You'll notice that when I have this selected, I can actually change the scale of this. All I want you to do is I'm just going to take this and make it longer. Let's do that long, whatever. So it looks kind of long. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to hit the bottom. So it goes all the way to the bottom. That's fine. And then we're going to grab this one and I'm just going to pull this until here. Okay. Now, that's great. And we also need to connect this guy. So what that'll do is you see this right here. This is actually the endpoint of the canvas. So basically the user by default sees what this is. You haven't really noticed it because we've kept it exactly where it's supposed to start. I don't know why it's not showing up here, but we've been showing it where it starts. So by having it here, you can see the little line. You can move that up and down, but we're just going to leave that there. I think it's called like vertical height. It's not popping up, but something like that. So we have that there, but let's go ahead and connect this guy. So I'm again going to use my menu here. I'm going to go to my prototype. We're going to go to news. News. Just keep double clicking until we get there. Okay. And I want my news to go to this one. Okay. And then we don't have an exit button for this, do we? I guess we do have this button. So we could always just hit the menu. Let's just do the menu. That's fine. That'll bring us back to there anyway. Probably should have a home button. It should probably be home. So I'm going to double click on this guy. And then I'm going to click on that and bring that all the way back. Can you go? Oh, wait, this is the home right there. So that way it goes there. And this X does the same thing too, but let's go ahead and do this one also. And this one doesn't have one, so that's fine. Okay, so now if we test it, I'm just gonna Control Enter. You can see, right? Yay, there's my start screen. I hit on this. I have the login, that'll pop up. I can close out of that. Let's go back here. And if at news, you can see it looks like this, but notice that now, I wonder if it'll work with this. Oops, back to news. Now I can scroll. So it actually goes past that element. So that'll give me the illusion of, you know, you can keep scrolling and have more items and stuff available. So yay, there's another thing. Okay, what other ones we have here? We have courses, chat, submissions, and settings. Okay, so that was a lot of what I wanted to show you. Let's show you how to make some other items. So we're going to do, let's say we do the course one here. So I'm just going to go, I'll just duplicate this guy again. Or actually, which one should I duplicate? Let's duplicate, no, I don't want to duplicate that one. Let's grab this one. I'm just going to go ahead and I guess there's no duplicate button. Control C, Control V. Good, there it is. I'm going to double click and just make sure that this does indeed go back to home. And what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this element. Okay. And we're going to make basically our own grid, if you will. Okay, so what I want to do is, let's say for some reason you don't like the icons that are here, right? So there's somewhat of a limited icons available here, and there's actually quite a few. Like they even have, let me see, is there social? I think there's a social media section. Like if you go to checkout payment, you can find like a Visa icon, and I think they'll have. Do they not have a checkout? There's Amazon, a money symbol. See, they have some icons here, but they're hard to find. It's not necessarily the easiest to get to, right? So it's not super handy. And you might just not like the look of these ones, right? So, and in the future, when we actually put our final content, we can either make our own, which I actually would not suggest, but we also might not like these. So generally speaking, there are certain conventions of icons that everyone kind of accepts and that we use. And they're out there, and you can get them various different ways. Okay. You can try to use the Adobe Creative Cloud. You can search for them on there. I'm actually not a huge fan of that. Another thing you could do is to actually use the Google Materials. So I don't know if you remember before, I had like when we were showing you could do different ones. One of them was Google Material. I think that's what they called it in there, but it's Google Material. And basically, like Bootstrap, Google made their own responsive framework that you can also build your site out of. And included in that, just like Bootstrap has one, although Bootstrap's is not very robust, are icons. And you can utilize those icons. The nice thing is with Google, like most of the stuff that they produce, because they're producing internet stuff, it's all about sharing. You can actually get these kind of for free. So to get to their icons, if you go to resources, so it's material.io, by the way, and then you'll see material icons. And they have these other things here too they might find also useful. But I'm going to go to material icons. And then if I look down, you can see here's all these icons. And there's a whole crap ton of them. But we can also search for them. So I want to do ones for, here we go. Actually, what was the page I'm working on? I can't remember now. It was the course one. Okay. So let's go back here. So like there's a home icon and all these other different ones, right? So let's see if they have, I don't know if they have cone at all. They don't have any cones one. Let's just take that out. So, oops. So what we could do is you could type in ones, and the nice thing is with this is that it's searchable, as opposed to the other ones that were not searchable. So I'm gonna look for something that looks like, I don't know, like a course, I guess. Let me see. Any of these look? Just trying to find an icon that's not like super terrible. I got an idea. Let's try doing here we go. Edu education. Here we go. We'll use the school one. This will work. So I'm gonna click on that. And what you'll see is that they have ways of incorporating it. If you're into web design, you can incorporate them through this. This is the code. That's obviously not what we're looking for. I can either grab the SVG or the PNG. Don't grab the PNG because that's obviously a raster. If I grab the SVG, it will be a vector image. And then from there, I can actually use it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and actually just, so I'm not sure what's going to give me. I'm just going to go ahead and grab that one. And it's going to give me the SVG. So I'm just going to go ahead and show in folder. There it is there. I'm going to go to Adobe XD. I'm going to go to my thing here. And let's go back here. Boink, boink. Here we go. Crap, that's not the one. Where did you go? I thought I must have closed the wrong folder. All right, show in folder. There it goes. Back here. There we go. And this. All right. And then I'll just drop it. And I should just be able to drop it in there. There it is right there. Okay. You could also do file import and then import it that way. But voila, there's my little graphic. Okay, so we're just going to make our own little template, and then we can do that to populate the whole area here. So I'm going to take this. I'm still on prototype, which was the wrong thing to be on. I'm going to hold shift and click and drag it up. We'll go like that. That looks fine. That's an OK icon. I'm going to use my rectangle tool here. Let's just make it, I guess, that size. That's roughly half. Actually, this will be useful. So let me show you this because we haven't played around with this yet. If you click on the canvas here, we haven't really done anything with this really, but I can change the, so right now I must have unclicked on the fill at some point. Wait, fill, there we go. I can change the fill, which would definitely be helpful. And there's some other stuff here too, vertical scrolling, and you can change the scale here, although we were just doing it by scaling it. The one I'm interested in right now is actually this layout. So if you turn on this, you can do layout, or you can do square, which gives little squares. That could be useful in some regards, but I actually find when we do web design, we do it based on columns, just like you would do when you're doing a printed page. So by default, it has these 4 columns. You can change the number of columns. You can change the gutter. That's the width between each column. Let's go ahead and make the columns. Let's do that 3. Because I feel, just because we're doing mobile, I don't know if we can handle much more. Honestly, it might even just be 2. What does 2 look like? Let's do 2, because it's too big. Then I can do is I can actually change the what do you call these? The margins on the outsides. So right now it's set to 37. So if I wanted to make them smaller, let's say we do 25, you can see the margin on the outsides less. Okay. So now I have this here, and I can use that to basically snap to and to use as part of my layout. So I'm just going to turn that on to make this a little bit easier. So let's just go ahead and we'll do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw my rectangle tool. So we'll just go here to, we'll say here. And then I'm going to choose some options here. So I'm going to do the, let's see, that is the round joint. And where is, here we go. They're rounded. Actually, we want to do all corners. Let's do 5. Is that too much? Yeah. So we'll do 5. And then this is on a white background. So I need to change my fill. I'm going to hit the colors, and we'll just use the same colors already there. So that way it stands out. And that, I think, looks acceptable. I don't want a border, just because we're keeping everything kind of flat right now. Let's put a shadow on. Why not? So we'll just do the shadow like that. And I think that is good. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so I have this icon. If you look, you can see it's behind it. So I'm just going to drag that icon above. One of the things I don't want to accidentally do, we haven't really covered this, I probably should have been doing this to begin with, is notice that my navigation bar is this folder in here. It's all grouped together. What I want to do is I just want it locked. I'm going to right click on it and just lock it. You can also do it on here. I'm going to grab the bottom one too. That's this other one. Right click and lock. That way I don't accidentally mess with it. Makes things a little bit easier. All right, I'm going to grab this little icon. I'm going to pull this up here. And I'm going to double click on it again. And I should have, good. Okay, so grab the path. Okay, I want the inside path. I'm going to change the fill to white. This is why it's better to get the SVG, because it's a vector. I can actually change the coloring in here. So we'll just do that. And let's make it a little bit smaller. All right, go with that. And then I need to put some text in here. So what we'll do is I'll put this right here centered on that. And then we will fill. I'm going to make it white. Okay. And then, oops, why is this escape? I'm not sure what happened there. Hang on a second. Let's click back here. And I'm not sure why it's giving me. Okay. See, I think it was trying to draw inside of. Okay. I don't know. So anyways, we'll just do course 0. We'll just say course name. Oops. Name. Apparently, I'm gonna say caps lock name. Let's go ahead and we'll just change the color to white, and we can change all the various things that you would typically expect. I'm gonna go ahead and center it. This is a little bit big. I'm just gonna do, let's say 16. That's probably a little bit too small. 18. We'll do 18. Still too small. Let's do 20. Okay. I think that's fine. So I'm gonna take this, and we're gonna bring this up here. That looks good. And then I'm just going to do a little blurb of text here. So what I can also do, if you click and you just start typing, it's just going to go forever, right? So right now it's doing the centered. If it was left aligned, it's just going to go from the left to the right. Oh, that's interesting. It stops as soon as I clicked it. That's kind of neat. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it, which you probably are familiar with, is if you actually draw a box. I'm going to draw a box, like that. And then we'll click in here, and then this time I do want it left aligned, and we'll just do, let's say we do 12, because we're kind of trying to keep it small. Oh, crap. Let's do that again. Accidentally clicked out of it. Well, we'll just, I really want it to be 12. Okay. All right, and then we'll just say, really want to do lorem ipsum, but I'm just going to go, right, something like that. get rid of this space, delete. There, that looks fine. Okay, take that, put that underneath here, and it's still a little bit big, so I'm just gonna pull that in just a touch. Come on. And we'll pull it up this way a touch. That's fine. Okay, so now I have this little thing here, and let's see, can I center you? Oh, it's gonna center it on. I gotta grab this, and then hit center. There we go. So I wanted to center on the thing, so grab this, and then the thing you want to center to, and then you hit center. Otherwise, it's gonna center to the entirety of it, which was not what I was looking for. Okay, so now I have this little item here. What I want to be able to do is actually take this and do what we did before, where I do the repeat grid. Now, if I click on this, it's gonna automatically ask to make it a component. I could just make it myself, but I'm going to tell it to just go ahead and do it. So I'll click on it. Well, it should automatically. Well, anyway, let's see. Let's back this thing up. And actually here, let's see it. Well, anyway, so now I have it set up that way. And now what I can do is I can click and drag it down. Let's just go here because I don't have enough to do the full thing. And I can drag it this way. And let me just get a little bit closer because it's really small. Let's see. Oh, and I want this gap to be less. So we want it to match up with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and go past it. Beautiful. Just like that. All right. So now, and I can also change the gap here. So you'll notice when I do one, it will do the other one. So actually, let's go all the way up, and maybe I can do another one. That would be better. There we go. Good. So then this will be basically a layout of the course names. So now what I'm going to do is go to the prototype again, and I just need to hook up this to the course. Keep on clicking until you get to course, drag this guy down there, and voila. So that looks pretty good. All right. We could do, so let's just go ahead and test this real quick. So I'll hit the control enter, you can hit the play button, and I can hit the menu. And now if I go to course, you can see my courses here, which don't really do anything. All right, so that's a start, I would say. There's definitely other things that we can do. I just want to get you kind of playing around with it and doing a general layout. Eventually, we'll do better transitions. We'll replace all these graphics with better graphics. We can either grab more other graphics from other places or make them ourselves when we need the custom ones. But this should give us kind of a good starting point.